Hey everybody and welcome back. It's Mike here with my awesome co-host Karen, ready for another deep dive into how to make your hotel the best it can be.
Always ready, Mike. Let's do it.
All right, so anyone who's been following along knows we're big fans of this 50 Mistakes blog series by Arun Kumar Raman. Seriously, it's like he's reading the minds of Indian hotel owners.
Right. All the stuff they need to know to really succeed.
Exactly. And today we're on mistake number 20. Which is all about how not offering a personalized experience can actually drive guests away. Like it's silently pushing them right to your competitors.
Yeah. It's funny how often we see that, Mike. Hotel owners put so much into the property itself, beautiful buildings, fancy amenities, but then they sort of drop the ball when it comes to that personal touch, the thing that makes a guest's stay truly memorable.
It's true. And I think as travelers, we all get it now, right? Like we're used to personalizing everything, our coffee orders, our news feeds. So why would we expect any less from a hotel experience?
Exactly. People want to feel seen and understood, like they matter.
Not just another room number.
Absolutely.
And Arun actually tells this great story in the blog about a luxury resort over in Kerala. They were struggling to get repeat bookings, even though they had this amazing location.
Yeah.
And the service was top-notch.
Wow, so they were doing a lot of things right.
They were ticking all the boxes, but something was still missing. So they decided to shake things up. And they started sending out these pre-stay surveys, just to get a feel for what guests liked, their preferences,
Smart.
Yeah, and then they'd use that info to do little things, like stocking the mini fridge with someone's favorite drink, leaving a personalized welcome note.
Oh, that's nice.
And even just making sure staff remembered names.
So simple, but so effective.
Right. And get this. They saw a 45% increase in repeat bookings.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah, that's not just a coincidence. It shows you the power of making guests feel special. And it makes you wonder how many other hotels are missing out.
Yeah, leaving that extra revenue on the table.
Just because they haven't thought about personalization.
It's not even just about revenue, though. Think about the bigger picture. Happy guests leave good reviews.
Word of mouth.
Exactly. They tell their friends. They become those loyal customers everyone wants.
And on the flip side, Arun really lays out what happens when you don't personalize guest dissatisfaction.
Right.
Missed chances to upsell things.
Yeah.
And of course, fewer people coming back for another stay.
Ouch.
He's not sugarcoating it.
Yeah.
If you ignore this stuff, you're basically standing in your own way.
He is, but he also gets that some hotel owners might be hesitant, like, this sounds expensive, or I don't even know where to start.
I don't have the data.
Right.
And that's where it gets interesting, because he actually addresses those concerns head on.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and he gives solutions that even small independent hotels can use.
That's what people need to hear.
Totally.
So what does he say?
Well, he really stresses that it doesn't have to be this big, expensive thing.
Right. You don't need to go overboard.
Nope. It's often the little thoughtful gestures that mean the most.
Like what kind of things?
Well, using a guest's name for starters, remembering something they requested on a previous visit,
Makes you feel like a VIP.
or even just having a little local treat waiting for them when they arrive.
I love that. Shows you're thinking about them.
It's all about going back to that good old-fashioned hospitality, but with a personalized twist.
I like that. A personalized twist.
But of course, there's a place for technology too.
Yeah.
So he talks about starting simple, maybe just having some basic guest feedback forms.
To get the ball rolling.
Exactly. Even a few open-ended questions can tell you so much.
What people liked, what they didn't, what they wish they had.
And then you gradually build a more comprehensive system as you go.
Okay, so it's not about jumping in the deep end all at once.
No, it's about taking those baby steps
Yeah,
and not letting perfection be the enemy of good.
got it.
It's like he says in the blog,
What's that?
don't let perfection be the enemy of good.
I like that. All right, so let's actually dig into this system a bit.
Okay, so he breaks it down into 5 steps.
Steps.
5 steps.
Okay.
All right, so step 1, information gathering.
Makes sense.
Right, so he suggests using those pre-stay surveys we talked about
Right.
to learn as much as you can about a guest's preferences.
What they like, what they don't like.
Exactly. Maybe they have dietary needs
Yeah.
or are celebrating a special occasion.
Right. Anything that helps you tailor their experience.
Exactly.
Oh.
But step 2 is important too. It's not just about gathering the info. It's about knowing what to do with it.
Okay.
So Arun really emphasizes staff training, making sure your team knows how to use this information.
Right. They're the ones interacting with guests every day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they need to be empowered to actually deliver that personal touch.
So like remembering names.
Yes.
And using those names when they talk to guests.
Absolutely.
Taking note of special requests.
All that stuff. It's about making the guests feel like the whole team is on their side.
I like it.
And he even suggests having like a guest preferences section right on their reservation profile.
Oh, that's clever.
So everyone's in the loop. And it doesn't have to be fancy software. Sometimes it's just good old-fashioned note-taking.
So you're combining the high-tech with the low-tech?
Exactly.
Okay, so what's step 3?
Step 3 is where you bring in the technology a bit more.
All right.
So this is about leveraging your CRM system
Customer relationship management.
to store all those guest details
Okay.
and then use that data to automate some of the personalization.
Like sending out targeted emails,
Exactly.
birthday messages.
Maybe recommendations based on their past stays.
Oh, that'd be
Technology can definitely streamline things.
for sure.
And then step 4 is where it gets really exciting.
Okay, lay it on me.
Arun talks about creating custom packages and experiences.
What?
Yeah, like going above and beyond the standard offerings
Okay.
and tailoring them to specific interests or needs.
Interesting.
I think this could be a game changer in India.
With such a diverse market.
Exactly. You could have like an Ayurvedic spa retreat package
Oh, that sounds nice.
or a foodie tour of Delhi.
Ooh.
I'm in win.
Or even a spiritual journey to the Himalayas package.
Wow.
Giving people these unique experiences
That really resonate with them.
that allow them to connect with the local culture on a deeper level.
I love that.
And then finally, step 5.
Hit me with it.
This is all about closing the loop
Closing the loop?
with feedback.
So you're constantly learning and improving.
Exactly. You send out those post-stay surveys.
Find out what worked, what didn't, what guests wish they'd had.
And then you use that info to refine your personalization strategies even more.
So it's an ongoing process.
It is. It's about turning those one-time guests
Yep.
into raving fans who can't wait to tell their friends.
Word of mouth is the best advertising.
You got it.
All right, I'm convinced. Personalization is the way to go.
Right. But I know what some people might be thinking, especially in today's market.
What's that?
Like, is this really feasible?
With everything getting more expensive,
Yeah. Economic uncertainty and all that.
it's a valid concern. And that's where Arun's insights are so helpful. He addresses those concerns directly. And he emphasizes that personalization doesn't have to be expensive to be effective.
Okay. I like where this is going.
It's about being creative, resourceful,
Okay.
finding those small touches that have a big impact without breaking the bank.
Like offering a local snack when guests arrive.
Yes.
Or a handwritten welcome note.
Those little gestures can go a long way.
They make you feel special.
He also talks about what to do if you don't have a lot of guest data
Right, which can be a problem for newer hotels.
or ones that haven't been collecting info.
Okay, so what's the solution?
He says start simple.
Makes sense.
Those guest feedback forms we mentioned, those are a great starting point.
Even a basic one with a few questions.
Can give you valuable insights.
And then you build from there.
Exactly. As you get more data, you can get more targeted with your personalization.
So it's a gradual process.
It is. It's all about continuous improvement.
I'm getting it.
But there's one more thing Arun brings up that I think is really important.
Okay, what's that?
He talks about the urgency of implementing personalization.
Urgency.
Yes, like why it's so important to do it in NW.
Okay.
He makes this really compelling argument that in today's market,
Which is super competitive.
right, personalization isn't just a nice to have anymore.
It's not a luxury.
It's an expectation.
Oh, wow.
Guests have so many choices now,
More than ever.
and they're actively looking for experiences that are tailored to their needs and desires.
Makes sense.
Think about it. We get personalized recommendations for everything now,
From Netflix to Amazon.
even our social media feeds.
It's true.
So why would the hospitality industry be any different?
Right, guests are comparing their experiences across industries.
And if you're not meeting those expectations, you're falling behind.
Ouch.
It's that simple.
So he's saying hotels need to get on board with this now,
Before it's too late.
before they get left in the dust by competitors
Exactly.
who are already doing this.
And reaping the rewards.
Okay, I'm feeling that sense of urgency.
Good. That's what's going to drive you to take action.
That's what's going to make a difference.
And remember, you don't have to do everything at once.
Right, baby steps.
Start small. Experiment. Learn from your guests.
And build a system that works for you.
Exactly. So I think that's a great place to pause for now.
Yeah, let's take a breath. And then we'll come back
Yeah.
and talk about how to actually put all this into practice.
Sounds good. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Okay, so we're back and ready to dive into the nitty-gritty of personalization.
Let's do it. So just to recap, we were talking about how Arun lays out this 5-step system for making personalization a reality at your hotel.
Right, and we left off on that sense of urgency, like why this is so important to do, NW.
Exactly, because in today's world, guests expect a certain level of personalization. It's not a luxury anymore, it's the baseline.
Okay, so let's actually break down those 5 steps so we can see how it all comes together.
Sounds good. Step 1 is all about information gathering.
Makes sense, you gotta know your guests.
Right, and Arun suggests using those pre-stay surveys we talk about to really get a sense of their preferences.
Okay, so what kinds of things should you be asking?
Well, anything that can help you tailor their experience. Like, do they have any dietary restrictions?
Right, important these days.
Are they celebrating a special occasion?
Like a birthday or anniversary?
Exactly. Maybe they have a favorite type of room or a preferred view.
Okay, so you're gathering all this intel before they even arrive.
Exactly. So you can start personalizing their experience from the get-go.
Smart.
But step 2 is just as important. It's about making sure your staff knows how to UAZ this information.
Ah, so it's not just about collecting data, it's about empowering your team.
Exactly. Arun talks about the importance of training, making sure everyone understands how to deliver that personal touch.
Well, like what kinds of things specifically?
Well, for starters, using a guest's name.
Such a simple thing, but it makes a difference.
It does. It shows you're paying attention. Also remembering things they've requested in the past.
Like if they always ask for extra towels or a certain type of pillow.
Exactly. Or maybe they mentioned they were a big fan of a local artist,
Hmm.
and you surprise them with a little something related to that.
Wow, that's next level.
It's about going above and beyond
Yeah,
and making them feel truly special.
I like it.
But of course, we can't forget about technology. So step 3 is all about leveraging your CRM system.
To automate some of this stuff.
Right. You can use it to send personalized welcome emails.
Oh, yeah, with their name at the top.
Exactly. Birthday messages, even tailored recommendations based on their past days.
Makes sense you already have all that data.
Exactly. Technology can definitely streamline the process.
And then step 4 is where things get really fun.
This is all about creating custom packages and experiences.
Okay, tell me more.
So Arun talks about going beyond those standard offerings.
Like your basic room and breakfast deal.
Exactly. And instead, creating these unique packages that cater to specific interests or needs.
I love that.
Think about it. You could have a yoga and meditation retreat package
Oh, that sounds amazing.
or a foodie adventure through Kerala package.
I'm sold.
You're giving people these curated experiences
That they wouldn't find anywhere else.
that allow them to connect with the local culture.
On a whole new level.
Exactly. And then finally, step 5.
Bring it home.
This is all about closing the loop with feedback.
Okay, so you're not just assuming you're doing everything right.
Right. You're constantly checking in with your guests
Mm.
to see what they loved, what could be better, what they wished they'd had.
So you're always learning and improving.
Exactly. And the best way to do this is through post-stay surveys.
Easy enough.
You can send them out via email or even have a little card in the room.
Asking for their feedback.
And the beauty of this is it turns those one-time guests into raving fans.
Because you're showing them you care.
Exactly. And that they have a voice.
So those happy guests go out and tell their friends.
And their families. And
Okay.
suddenly you've got this amazing word-of-mouth marketing machine.
The best kind of
You
advertising.
got it.
Okay, I'm on board with all this. But I know some people might still be hesitant,
Right.
especially when it comes to the cost.
That's a valid concern.
So how do you convince them that personalization is worth the investment?
Well, Arun addresses that head-on in the blog.
Good.
He emphasizes that it doesn't have to be this big, expensive thing.
Right. You don't need to break the bank.
Nope. It's about being creative and resourceful,
Okay.
finding those small touches that make a big impact.
Like what kind of things?
Well, for starters, you could offer a local snack or beverage upon arrival,
Oh, that's nice.
or have a handwritten welcome note waiting in the room.
So simple, but so thoughtful.
Exactly. It's about showing guests you're thinking about them.
Even before they step foot in the hotel.
Exactly. And then, as you start to build your personalization system, you can gradually invest in more sophisticated tools and strategies.
Okay, so it's a gradual process.
It is. You don't have to do everything at once.
Start small and build from there. And then eventually you'll have this amazing personalized experience that sets you apart from the competition.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired. Ready to take action.
Good. That's what we like to hear.
So what's our next step?
Well, I think it's time to shift gears a bit and talk about how to actually implement all of this.
Sounds good. I'm all ears.
All right, so we've talked a lot about the WHY of personalization.
And the what?
Right.
Like what it actually looks like?
Exactly. But now I want to get practical and talk about the HOW.
Okay.
Like, how do you actually make this happen at your hotel?
Give us the tools.
I'm going to give you even better than tools. I'm going to give you a challenge.
Oh, I like a challenge.
Okay, so here it is. What's one small change you can make this week to start personalizing the guest experience at your hotel? Doesn't have to be huge. Just something to get the ball rolling.
All right, I like it.
It could be as simple as adding a special requests field to your booking form.
Oh, yeah, good one.
So you're gathering that info right from the start.
Makes sense.
Or maybe you train your staff to greet guests by name.
Always a winner.
It could be about incorporating a local touch into your welcome amenities.
Like a little treat made with local ingredients.
Exactly. Or sending a personalized follow-up email after a guest checks out.
Just thanking them for staying and asking for feedback.
The possibilities are endless. But the key is to start somewhere.
Right, take that first step.
And begin weaving personalization into the fabric of your hotel's guest experience.
Because it really does make a difference.
It does. In today's world, personalization isn't just a trend. It's the key to unlocking guest loyalty and building a thriving business
It's about creating those unforgettable experiences.
that make people want to come back again and again.
And tell all their friends.
Exactly. So keep Arun's 50 mistakes insights in mind and keep striving to create those exceptional guest experiences that set you apart from the competition.
All right, Mike, I'm feeling inspired. Ready to go out there and personalize the world.
That's what I like to hear.
Oh.
So that's it for this deep dive into the world of hotel success. I'm Mike.
And I'm Karen.
We'll catch you next time for another deep dive
Yeah.
into how to make your hotel the best it can be.